My true belief is that if the United States maintains leadership in AI, you avoid a lot of the most devastating scenarios of AI safety.
Most people don't know the name Alexandr Wang. That's a massive oversight. While the world's eyes are on Elon Musk, Donald Trump, and Sam Altman, Wang is quietly building something even more powerful than rockets or chatbots. The unseen infrastructure behind every major AI breakthrough. And now, Mark Zuckerberg just handed him a check for $15 billion. This isn't just another tech acquisition. This is Meta betting their entire AI future on a 28-year-old MIT dropout who controls something every AI company desperately needs. Something so critical that when Wang aligned with Meta, Google immediately cut all ties with his company, despite relying on them for crucial work. Every major AI breakthrough you've heard about, ChatGPT, Google's Gemini, Tesla's self-driving cars, they all have one thing in common. They all passed through the hands of Alexandr Wang first. His company, Scale AI, has become the invisible factory behind the AI revolution, quietly labeling the data that makes machine learning possible. But this story isn't just about a successful startup. It's about how one person positioned himself at the crossroads of the most important technology race of our time. How he built relationships with every major player while maintaining the neutrality that made him indispensable. And how Meta's $15 billion bet just shattered that neutrality forever. This is the story of the most dangerous person in tech. Dangerous not because he's malicious, but because he holds the keys to an industry worth trillions. Alexandr Wang's rise to power began in the most unlikely place, Los Alamos, New Mexico. Born in 1997 to Chinese immigrant parents who were physicists at the famous National Laboratory, Wang grew up surrounded by science and ambition. As a teenager, he wasn't just smart, he was exceptional. Wang qualified for both the Math Olympiad and the USA Computing Olympiad, the kind of achievements that mark someone as genuinely gifted. While still in high school, he was already working as a software engineer at Quora, getting real-world experience while his peers were worried about prom. At 17, Wang enrolled at MIT to study computer science. But unlike most students who see college as a 4-year journey, Wang saw it as a launching pad. After just his freshman year, he made a decision that would change everything. He dropped out. The year was 2016, and Wang had an idea. Along with his co-founder Lucy Guo, he applied to Y Combinator with a simple but ambitious vision: to provide the labeled data and tools needed to train AI models at scale. They called it Scale AI. Long term, we want to power any human-powered process for any company, Wang said in 2016. It was an audacious goal for a 19-year-old dropout, but Wang had identified something crucial that others were missing. While everyone else was focused on building better algorithms, Wang realized that the real bottleneck in AI wasn't code, it was data. Specifically, it was high-quality, properly labeled data. Here's the thing about AI that most people don't understand. These systems don't actually learn the way humans do. They need to be shown millions of examples of correctly labeled information before they can make accurate predictions. Want to teach an AI to recognize a stop sign? You need to show it hundreds of thousands of images where humans have carefully labeled every stop sign. This process is incredibly labor-intensive and expensive. A single data annotation for a frontier AI model can cost up to $100 due to its complexity. But it's absolutely essential. As Wang puts it, better data results in better AI. Scale AI became the solution to this problem. Wang built a network of hundreds of thousands of human contractors, from PhD experts to gig workers, who could label data and generate specialized training examples for AI systems. It was an AI factory in the cloud, an invisible assembly line feeding the AI giants. What made Wang's approach brilliant wasn't just the business model, it was the strategic positioning. Scale AI remained vendor neutral, meaning they didn't belong to any one tech giant. Google, OpenAI, Tesla, and even Meta all felt comfortable using Scale's services because Wang wasn't competing with them directly. This neutrality gave Wang something incredibly valuable: insight into everyone's AI development pipelines. When companies shared their proprietary data and prototype models with Scale AI to get them refined, Wang's team could see the cutting-edge work happening across the entire industry. By 2021, this strategy had paid off spectacularly. Scale AI's valuation hit $7.3 billion, briefly making Wang the world's youngest self-made billionaire at age 24. He had raised over $600 million, including backing from Peter Thiel's Founders Fund. But Wang wasn't content to just run a successful startup. he began positioning himself as a thought leader on AI policy and national security. He testified to Congress about AI challenges, met with heads of state including the UK's Prime Minister and France's President, and consistently advocated that America needed to lead in AI or risk losing the future. Exposing how Scale AI became the real infrastructure behind AI is powerful. But what if you could plug that kind of automation into your own business without faking a single line of code? That's why I want to show you a real tool I recommend. Most small business owners juggle half a dozen tools: Calendly for bookings, Mailchimp for emails, ClickFunnels for pages, maybe Zapier to glue it all together. It's expensive, messy, and nothing talks to each other, so leads slip through the cracks. That's why I recommend Go High Level, an all-in-one CRM and marketing automation platform built for agencies and growth-minded businesses. Capture every lead in one dashboard. Automate texts, emails, and DMs so prospects never go cold. Launch sales pages, funnels, and even full websites in minutes. No coder needed. Drag and drop funnel builder with pre-built templates, two-way SMS and WhatsApp, ringless voicemail drops, and AI-powered voice and chat widgets. White label option, brand it as your own, and sell it to clients for recurring revenue. Go High Level is giving this channel a 14-day free trial. Scroll down, click the link in the description of this video or in our bio, and start replacing that pricey tech stack today. Wang's influence extended far beyond Silicon Valley. In March 2025, Scale AI won a prime Pentagon contract for Project Thunderforge, the Department of Defense's flagship program to integrate AI into military planning and operations. Under this contract, Scale leads a consortium including defense tech firm Anduril and Microsoft to deploy AI-powered battle planning tools for the US Indo-Pacific Command and European Command. These AI systems, always under human oversight, aim to help commanders simulate scenarios and make faster decisions. Wang announced that our AI solutions will transform today's military decision-making and modernize American defense. It was a significant leap. The US military essentially tapped a startup to embed AI in sensitive operations.
We're at the dawn of a new age of warfare. Power is where things get really concerning.
This wasn't just about business. Wang had been vocal about the AI arms race with China. In January 2025, he took out a full-page ad in the Washington Post addressed to then-President Trump, declaring, "America must win the AI war." These moves earned Wang credibility in Washington and positioned Scale AI as more than just a tech company. They were a strategic asset in America's technological competition with China.
We must keep a close eye on Huawei and their SMIC production lines to catch how the US and China compete on this front.
By 2024, Scale AI had become the data backbone for many of the world's leading AI systems. Google was their largest customer, projected to pay about $200 million in a year for data labeling work to develop AI models like Gemini. Scale also served OpenAI, though OpenAI had started diversifying vendors and a host of other AI startups. The company's reach extended across industries. From self-driving cars to chatbots, Scale AI became the plumbing of the AI revolution. Their core offering was simple but crucial, providing large quantities of high-quality training data and tools to improve AI models. Wang had built what competitors called the data backbone for many of the world's leading AI systems. The company remained vendor-neutral, which meant firms like Google, OpenAI, and Tesla all felt comfortable using its services. But this neutrality also meant Wang had an unparalleled view of the AI landscape. As one analysis put it, he controls the data, the fuel that powers every AI system on the planet. Through Scale AI, Wang could see proprietary models and strategies from multiple companies, giving him insight that no one else in the industry possessed. Then came the move that changed everything. In June 2025, news broke that Mark Zuckerberg was ready to spend $15 billion on a 28-year-old startup. Meta's plan to buy roughly 49% of Scale AI and install Wang as a key leader in its AI division was one of the company's largest bets ever. For context, Meta paid about $19 billion for WhatsApp and $1 billion for Instagram in the 2010s, acquisitions that seemed crazy at the time, but eventually cemented Meta's dominance. This new Scale AI deal was of similar scale, prompting many to ask, why was Meta doing this? The answer was equal parts offense and defense in the AI arms race. Meta had spent recent years focused on the metaverse, a venture that largely failed while competitors like OpenAI and Google surged ahead in AI leadership. An internal effort had produced Llama 4 models, but they failed to match the capabilities of rival models and were viewed as disappointing. Meta was also losing AI talent. Nearly 4.3% of its top researchers left for other AI labs in 2024. In this context, Zuckerberg's $15 billion scale AI gambit looked like a dramatic bid to regain the initiative. So, what does Meta get for $15 billion? In a word, data, and the brains behind that data. First, Meta gains preferential access to Scale's technology and expertise. Instead of being just another client, Meta would have insider access to the premier data provider in AI. Insider reports suggested Meta leadership felt they lacked innovation around data in their AI teams. Second, Meta gets Wang himself. The company formed a new internal superintelligence lab and installed Wang as co-lead. His mandate: to develop AI that approaches artificial general intelligence and beyond. Meta handed the keys of their next-gen AI effort to a 28-year-old outsider, along with an enormous budget and nearly 50 hand-picked researchers. Third, and perhaps most importantly, Meta gets Wang's knowledge of the industry. As one analysis noted, this gives Meta the one guy who knows what everyone else in AI is doing. Wang's insight into other companies' projects could inform Meta's strategy, though it also raises confidentiality concerns. The reaction from the AI industry was swift and dramatic. As soon as news broke of Meta taking a 49% stake in Scale, Google decided to cut ties entirely, despite relying on Scale for critical work. Microsoft and even Elon Musk's startup xAI began pulling back from Scale as well. The reason was clear. Leading AI labs realized that neutrality was no longer optional. None of these companies wanted a core supplier to be partially owned by a major rival that could glean insights into their research and development. OpenAI had already quietly reduced its dependence on Scale months prior, spreading its bets to multiple data vendors. As one competitor noted, leading AI labs are realizing neutrality is no longer optional, it's essential. By aligning with Meta, Wang had effectively weaponized himself against the rest of the industry. Competitors like Labelbox and Turing reportedly saw a surge of new business from labs seeking neutral data partners. Wang's story represents something larger than just a successful startup exit. It's about how the AI industry is consolidating around a few key players, and how control of data infrastructure might be more important than control of algorithms. The AI arms race isn't just about who can build the smartest models. It's about who controls the supply chains that make those models possible. Wang understood this early and positioned himself accordingly. His approach also highlights the blurring lines between Silicon Valley and national security. Wang's work with the Pentagon, his advocacy for American AI leadership, and his warnings about the competition with China show how tech entrepreneurs are increasingly thinking about their role in geopolitical competition. The $15 billion Meta deal validates Wang's vision that data infrastructure would become the most valuable part of the AI stack. As one expert noted, big tech firms are now vacuuming up AI talent and tech behind closed doors in ways that could outpace more open academic efforts. So why is Alexandr Wang considered the most dangerous person in tech? It's not because he's malicious. By all accounts, he's a thoughtful entrepreneur who genuinely believes in AI's potential to benefit humanity. Wang is dangerous because of the position he's built for himself. He's become a single point of failure in the AI ecosystem. His decisions about who to work with, what data to prioritize, and how to structure partnerships can determine which companies succeed or fail in the most important technology race of our time. The Meta deal demonstrates this power perfectly. By choosing to align with Zuckerberg, Wang forced every other major AI company to scramble for alternatives. Google, Microsoft, and OpenAI all had to rethink their data strategies overnight. Wang's influence extends beyond just business. His role in defense contracts means his decisions affect national security. His advocacy for American AI leadership influences policy. His insights into industry developments shape investment decisions worth billions. The Wang story is still being written, but its implications are already clear. The AI industry is moving toward a model where a few key players control critical infrastructure, and those players will have enormous influence over how AI develops. Meta's bet on Wang represents a broader trend of tech giants trying to secure their position in the AI race through strategic acquisitions and partnerships. But it also shows how individual entrepreneurs can accumulate outsized influence by positioning themselves at critical choke points. Wang's success also validates the importance of data in AI development. While much attention focuses on algorithms and compute power, Wang proved that controlling high-quality data pipelines might be the most valuable position of all. Looking ahead, Wang's role at Meta's superintelligence lab will be closely watched. If he can help Meta achieve breakthroughs in artificial general intelligence, it will cement his position as one of the most important figures in tech. If the effort fails, it will raise questions about whether even $15 billion can buy success in AI. What can we learn from Alexandr Wang's rise to power? First, that in rapidly evolving industries, positioning often matters more than pure technical skill. Wang didn't invent new AI algorithms, but he identified a critical bottleneck and built a business around solving it. Second, that neutrality can be a powerful strategic position until it isn't. Wang's vendor-neutral approach gave him unique insights and made him indispensable, but it also made him a target for acquisition by companies wanting to break that neutrality. Third, that the most important technology battles often happen behind the scenes. While the public focuses on flashy AI demos and celebrity CEOs, the real power lies in controlling the infrastructure that makes those demos possible. Alexandr Wang's story shows us that, in the age of AI, the most dangerous people aren't necessarily the ones making the headlines. They're the ones building the invisible infrastructure that everyone else depends on. Whether Wang's bet on Meta pays off remains to be seen. But one thing is certain: his decisions will shape the future of artificial intelligence for years to come. If you found this deep dive into the hidden power structures of the AI industry as fascinating as I did, make sure to subscribe to the OnlineMarketer.ai YouTube channel. We uncover the stories behind the biggest moves in business and AI that are reshaping our world. And don't miss out on our free weekly newsletter where we send you the latest discoveries in business and AI each week, the kind of insights that help you understand what's really happening behind the scenes. You'll find the link in the description below. The AI revolution is just getting started, and the people who understand how power really works in this industry will be the ones who shape what comes next. Stay informed, stay ahead, and I'll see you in the next video.